back and relax and enjoy another episode of J&C Fix and Play.
So thanks for tuning in, everyone. So today's video is actually a PC build, and this is a build for my wife for her birthday because she's getting into like that Cricut machine. So she's not really gaming, but it's almost like she's printing graphics on vinyls. So this here is the build that I did for her as part of her birthday gift so that she could use the machine and be much more efficient with it. This build is kind of like a mix between it could go gaming, but it's really set up for her to be able to expand in the future. So for starters, my boy had a Asus motherboard with an i5 processor. This is a 6th gen processor, but I was able to cop this extremely cheap based on eBay prices. I ended up paying about 70 bucks for this. So for the motherboard and the processor, extremely good deal. Because it is using DDR4 RAM, I decided to go with this P&Y RAM that I found on sale at the local Best Buy. I ended up paying about, I think on sale it was like roughly 59 bucks. It's 16 gigs of DDR4. And then once again, I have an internal SSD with the SATA cable for 240 gigs. And I think that was on sale probably for like 35 bucks. I don't need much because once again, this is not a gaming PC, so this is literally just for her to use her machine. For the power supply, I'm running a evga 450 watt power supply. Nothing crazy, once again, not gaming. For her graphics card, I decided, I actually had one laying around. This is a GTX 760. It's a 2 gig graphics card. This was actually used in an old build that I had. It's nothing crazy, but it will do the job for now, and she would be able to game on it if that was an interest of hers. Out of everything, I think the graphics card would probably be the weakest link of the whole system. So, but once again, given the current climate and being able to actually find one, good luck. Moving on to the last important part is the case. So let's jump to that. For the case, I'm going with the NZXT H510. Once again, I picked this up on sale. It was roughly, I don't know, 55, 60 bucks. I do like this case. I use this for my gaming PC. I just like the fact that it has an awesome wire management. So wanted to go with this case for it. But let's just jump into the build. So I just want to start off by saying this is in no means a tutorial on how to build a PC. This is just how I did it. Before anyone decides to post anything, yes, I am grounded on my ankle based on the table that I was building on. It was the only way for me to do so. So I do have a cable around my ankle there to ground me out on that. Always make sure you do that when you're doing any sort of build. And because I didn't have any mats or anything to build it on, I am just building this on the anti-static bag. Overall, this build, I am into it probably for somewhere around 275, maybe 280 bucks. And that's going off the cost of the graphics card for what it would be if you were to buy it used on eBay. So, I mean, given the sale prices and the current climate, I do think for 300 bucks, it's pretty good. This is done at a faster speed so that you guys don't have to sit here through a 20-minute video. And obviously at the end of the video, I'm going to use a benchmark to see roughly about how many frames per second I'm getting. And I'm going to end it with one video game that I did install just to see how it would play. Alright, so let's get back at the build. Okay, so I did cut the benchmark video clip down short a little bit. So as we can see, we scored a 130.2 for the FPS, we're giving us a score of 3279. So funny thing is, with this graphics card, actually on the build that I took it out of, in the same benchmark, I was only getting about, I believe it was like 26 frames per second. So actually it wasn't that good. So I'm happy to see that with the DDR4 RAM and the stronger processor for this build, that it did perform much better. Right now I am playing Fortnite. Absolutely not a fan of this game at all, but it was free just so I could test the PC. I will say that one thing about this build is that it does seem to perform better with hardwire versus the Wi-Fi that's built into it. Right now this game is running on the Wi-Fi. I did notice that when I plugged it into an actual hardline with Ethernet, ran so much better. And please forgive the gameplay. Once again, I'm horrible at this game. I'm not a fan of it. It was just free, so I could test it out. But overall, I think that my wife is going to be extremely happy with this PC. It's going to meet her needs. You know, if she decides to get into Photoshop and, you know, some sort of possibly movie editor or whatever, wherever her path is going to take her, she's going to have the tools to do so. I think in the future I will look to upgrade the graphics card for her. But I do hope you guys liked the video. Please feel free to leave a comment. Go have some fun, play some games.